lights on the stones of the old nave. Her instruments precise in the cold cave of the ambulatory, where the crack has been spreading since a century back, when the foundations first began their slow confession. Cathedral surgery requires the same patience as the humankind acclaim. Of gravity on stone as unrelenting as its claim on flesh, the slow relenting, a structure under the weight it was built to carry. The surgeon of cathedrals, reading the stone, diagnosing the cracks in what centuries have shown to be more fragile than faith would admit. The surgeon of cathedrals, stitch by stitch, bit by bit, bit by bit. She has spent 30 years in conversation with the building's failure, the relation between what the medieval builder intended and what the centuries have slowly amended in the structure without consulting any architect. The surgeon of cathedrals, reading the stone, diagnosing the cracks in what centuries have shown to be more fragile than faith would admit. The surgeon of cathedrals, stitch by stitch, bit by bit, bit by bit. The stitches she places in the masonry are barely visible, the embroidery of structural repair requiring the fine and almost invisible intervention, the line between the original and the repair impossible to find. She loves the building she operates on, the way a surgeon loves a patient drawn back from the edge by skilled and careful hands. The building standing because she understands where the stone fails and how to speak its language. The surgeon of cathedrals, reading the stone, diagnosing the cracks in what centuries have shown to be more fragile than faith would admit. The surgeon of cathedrals, stitch by stitch, bit by bit. Bit by bit.
Become a member. Join our circle of shadows. Pay less than $1 a month. Help us grow. Join now.
lighthouse I keep is not coastal, not visible from any ship. The indivisible interior country that illuminates has no navigable waters, no straits, or headlands grey and the warning of its beam. I turn the light on the darkest territories of myself, the mandatory sweep of the beam through the places I would rather keep in permanent darkness, the rocks I have been steering around for years. The lighthouse of the interior, turning its beam on what I have kept in the dark, the extreme corners of the self that the light finally finds. The lighthouse of the interior, changing my mind. What I suspected was there, what I had been navigating with care around for decades, the shape of the rock emerging from the dark, the shock of recognition less than the shock of its size. The lighthouse of the interior, turning its beam on what I have kept in the dark, the extreme corners of the self that the light finally finds. The lighthouse of the interior, changing my mind. The lighthouse keeper of the self must tend the mechanism against the bend of complacency, must keep the light turning even on the nights when the burning of the lamp seems more dangerous than the dark it reveals. I am both the keeper and the ship, both the warning light and the grip of the wheel, turning towards or away from the rocks that the lighthouse of my day illuminates with its unasked for clarity. The lighthouse of the interior, turning its beam on what I have kept in the dark, the extreme corners of the self that the light finally finds. The lighthouse of the interior, changing my mind. quality of sunset filtered through the different seasons and the different hue of her accumulated decades of collection. The January dusk had its own cold amber. The September's longer and less clamber. Into darkness, the June dusk barely reaching, the dark before retreating, teaching her the specific temperament of each. The woman who collected dusk in jars, naming each shade by the angle of stars, beginning to emerge behind the fading gold. The woman who collected dust, never growing old, never growing old. She showed me the collection in the cellar where she stored them, row on row, the care of each label, precise with the date and the place and the particular quality of the space between afternoon and night that the jar contained. The woman who collected dusk in jars, naming each shade by the angle of stars, beginning to emerge behind the fading gold. The woman who collected dust, never growing old, never growing old. The oldest jars had faded slightly, the dusk of 40 years ago, retaining the musk of its color, but diminished the amber paler than the recent ones. The chamber of memory in glass, slowly losing its saturation. I asked which was her favorite, and she chose without hesitation a jar that glows particularly orange from a Tuesday evening in October 12 years back. The breathing of that specific dust still perfect in the glass. The woman who collected dusk in jars, naming each shade by the angle of stars, beginning to emerge behind the fading gold. The woman who collected dust, never growing old, never growing old, never growing old, never growing old.
of the vanished tribe. Before the last speaker died, the scribe of syllables no living child would learn at any mother's alive of the ghosts of and the conditional of past, not taking the dark and patient mathematics of what might have been conjugated perfectly. The keeper of dead language is speaking alone. Her words find no answer in anyone's home. She speaks to the walls and the walls keep the sound. The keeper of dead language is finally found. I sat with her one evening as she spoke the old words into the dark, the smoke of the dying language rising to the ceiling of her small apartment, the particular feeling of something enormous contained in ordinary rooms. The keeper of dead language is speaking alone. Her words find no answer in anyone's home. She speaks to the walls and the walls keep the sound. The keeper of dead language is finally found. She recited the word for the color that water becomes at the moment before slaughter of light, the precise shade of dust described in one syllable, the musk of meaning that 20 English words can't capture. When she goes, the language goes entirely. No archive sufficient, no monastery of scholars able to hold the full living weight of a tongue that was made for giving voice to a world that no longer exists in that form. The keeper of dead language is speaking alone. Her words find no answer in anyone's home. She speaks to the walls and the walls keep the sound. The keeper of dead language is finally found.
The velvet that lines the coffin is the same. Velvet that lined the theater, the claim of luxury extended to the final performance, the original. Generosity of beautiful darkness offered equally. Below the streets where the living arrange their ordinary days, the strange and soft-lined chambers of the underground hold what the streets above have found too permanent to keep within arm's reach. Velvet underground requiem, soft and below. The luxury of darkness violet ceiling into the streets above. The feeling of music heard through walls and floors and stone. The bass frequencies that travel alone through solid matter, arriving changed but present. Velvet underground requiem, soft and below. The luxury of darkness, only the dead know. We line the last resting in the same cloth as joy. Velvet underground requiem, the dark we employ. I have pressed my ear to the cobblestones of the oldest street in the city, the bones of the underground audible in certain weather, when the temperature and the length together of the particular tunnel carry the sound up clearly. The requiem that rises from below is not grief exactly, more the slow and rich vibration of accumulated time, compressed into frequency, the chime of centuries finding its way to the living surface. Velvet underground requiem, soft and below. The luxury of darkness, only the dead know. We line the last resting in the same cloth as joy. Velvet underground requiem, the dark we implore. Built her tower from the bones of what she'd lost. Each story added at enormous cost of pride and of the privacy required for building anything this high. The tide arguments against its construction ignored.
Particular recall of early grief that teaches this longer catalog.
The ivory tower of grief, story by floor. Each level a different year's particular score of things that ended, lives that turned away. The ivory tower of grief, still underway. By the third floor she had reached the losses of love, the complex and enormous crosses of relationships dismantled by the slow erosion of what two people know can no longer be maintained between them.
The ivory tower of grief, story by floor. Each level a different year's particular score of things that ended, lives that turned away.
The ivory tower of grief, still underway. The upper floors were windier and cold. The losses there more recent, less controlled by the acceptance that the lower floors had aged into the highest floors, held losses still too raw for architecture.
She lived in the tower but did not lock the door. The occasional visitor was walked the floor she occupied, required the view from height, shareable with those who made the climb, who arrived at her elevation out of breath but present. The ivory tower of grief, story by floor. Each level a different year's particular score of things that ended, lives that turned away. The ivory tower of grief. The ivory tower of grief. Before language named the arranged name, they had already agreed to it. The mad and beautiful contract between the flying and the burning, the moth undying, in its devotion to the thing that will destroy it. The candle holds its part of the old bargain, burning consistently the margin of its heat, precisely calibrated to attract and to illuminate, faded to be both the object of desire and its danger. Moth and candle, ancient bargain, kept the agreement made before language slept into its forms and named what was already there. Moth and candle, the beautiful dare. I have been the moth in this also been the candle, the held and burning center that the dark has compelled others toward, the one giving light at the cost of my own diminishment, the night requiring sacrifice from whatever illuminates it. The bargain has no escape clause, no revision possible once entered the decision made somewhere deeper than the conscious will. In the ancient circuitry, the still and primitive directive toward the beautiful danger. Moth and candle, ancient bargain, kept the agreement made before language slept into its forms and named what was already there. Moth and candle, the beautiful day, the beautiful day. That were started and abandoned mid-breath gather in the cathedral. The grit of intention without completion filling the nave with half sentences, the willing, the beginnings of address to whatever listens. God of the incomplete petition, hear the fragmentary, the less than clear request of those who started and then couldn't find the words for what they needed, who wouldn't settle for the inadequate vocabulary available. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, full of the almost said, the words that began but couldn't find the thread of their own completion, hanging in the air. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, still and there. I add my own unfinished prayers to the store each time I stand in the cold stone floor of the cathedral at the hour between the services, the in-between of sacred time, when the official voices rest. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, full of the almost said, the words that began but couldn't find the thread of their own completion, hanging in the air. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, still and there. Perhaps the unfinished prayer is the most honest, the one that refuses the dishonest completion of a request too enormous for the available words, the enormous silence of the incomplete, its own form of devotion. The cathedral holds all the unfinished prayers with the same cold dignity it holds liturgy of the officially complete. The stone makes no distinction, the concrete indifference of architecture receiving all equally. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, full of the almost said, the words that began but couldn't find a thread of their own completion, hanging in the air. Cathedral of unfinished prayers, still in there. Sorrow that archaeology passes over in its theology of the significant and the historically weighted. The broken cup from a specific Wednesday, the unremarked departure, the small day that changed something imperceptibly beneath the threshold of the perceptibly important, but changed it nonetheless, completely. The archaeologist of small griefs, brushing the dust from ordinary losses, the quiet rust of the minor sorrows nobody recurs. The archaeologist of small griefs, keeping her words, keeping her words. She has found that the small griefs accumulated constitute a weight that has populated the body more thoroughly than the large and acknowledged losses, the discharge of the daily small grief, more corrosive in its constancy. The archaeologist of small griefs, brushing the dust from ordinary losses, the quiet rust of the minor sorrows nobody records. The archaeologist of small griefs, keeping her words, keeping her words. I showed her the small grief of the Tuesday evening, when I realized something had been leaving my life for years without my noticing. The slow departure, the compositing of absence that the small griefs make over time. She every small loss in her extensive cave of minor sorrows, giving it the dignity of official recognition, the indignity of being overlooked, at last corrected. The archaeologist of small griefs, brushing the dust from ordinary losses, the quiet ruts of the minor sorrows nobody records. The archaeologist of small griefs, keeping her words. The organ in the unconsecrated chapel has not been played since the particular year the congregation dwindled to nothing. The last organist choosing something else with her Sundays once the last parishioner departed. The pipes have not entirely lost their voices. The wind on particular days makes choices through the broken window and the bellows of the old instrument. The bellows still having some capacity for breath. Aria for the abandoned organ singing alone. The wind composing through the rusted bone of pipes that no human hand has touched for years. Aria for the abandoned organ nobody hears. I stood in the chapel on the afternoon when the wind was right and heard the room like sound of the accidental music, the chance to precision of air through the romance of damaged instrument and particular breeze. Area for the abandoned organ singing alone. The wind composing through the rusted bone of pipes that no human hand has touched for years. Area for the abandoned organ nobody hears. The notes the wind found were not notes any. Organist would have chosen the uncanny combination of the corroded pipes and the day-specific hang stripes of pressure, creating an impossible chord. And yet the music was more appropriate. precision for the space, the accidental area more perfectly instrumental in expressing what the abandoned chapel had become. The area for the abandoned organ singing alone, the wind composing through the rusted bone of pipes that no human hand has touched for years. The area for the abandoned organ nobody hears.
Gothic Vault.
Thank you for watching.